Here's the problem that needs to be solved. This pile of firewood for my outdoor fire pit is generally a soggy mess. So instead of doing this, I'm gonna do something with this that looks like that. That pile of wood, that's for my solo stove. You know, the little smokeless fire pit thing. So all of those pieces of wood are shorter than normal. So this is a unique pile of wood. Problem is that every time I cut more wood, I just throw it on this pile, and then it ends up being adulterated by nature. But I don't want to just fill up the crate, because then the dry wood will be on the bottom and the fresh wet wood that I put in will be on the top, and that doesn't do anybody any good. So I'm going to put a divider down the middle, so one half is the dry wood that I can pull from, and the other half will be what I'm cutting and putting the wet wood into. So eventually, when I use up everything in one half, then I can move on to the other half, and I can just flip-flop back and forth. Seems like a good idea. So that's today's project. And we're gonna start with this slatted pallet crate that I got from my local pallet store. So let's bring it into the shed and customize it so it works for what we need. We're gonna raid the lumber yard for this little project. This is all red oak and some pine. Some of this is already set aside for a kiln project that I'm gonna be doing in the near future. And some of it is set aside for a workbench build here for the wood shop. But I think I can grab a couple boards for this. And that really appeals to my cheap bastard nature, because I don't have to go to the hardware store and spend any money for this project. That should do. And using red oak to make this is not overkill, because I have red oak coming out my ears. This is what my wood lot looks like. I have over 100 logs that are 10 inches in diameter or more. I also have a sawmill. And so all of this stuff is eventually going to be milled up into lumber. Hence my hinting at building a kiln here in the near future. Then the small stuff is going to go into firewood. That's why I've been hoarding these crates. I think it's a pretty good solution for getting firewood to dry out. I could spend 40 bucks on IBC totes, but these are free. And like I said, cheap bastard likes free. Grab my favorite screws. Looks like we're running low on 1 5/8", but fear not. This tote is just for grab and go. But when you run low, you just turn around, boom, and I got more. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I love it. I'm so organized. I got all the screws I need. I know exactly where they are, but I also have 5-pound buckets of them over there. It's a pretty good system. And now I'm all set for this project. This is a really nice piece of wood. But like I said, I have really nice pieces of wood coming out my ears these days. We're just gonna grab this piece of 3/4 red oak, and we're gonna turn it into something. We're gonna turn it into pallet wood. It's kind of sad, but it's free. I got 4 nice pieces out of that. I have no idea what size these are, but it's not like we're trying to keep marbles from rolling between. We're talking firewood, so I can have some pretty generous gaps between these things. The one downside to all this free oak is oak's a hard mamba jamba. A little different working with oak. We're essentially done, but I'm gonna put another board across the front. I don't want my belly to get hung up when I'm going in there to get wood, but I do want this to be a little higher, so I can do one more board here. Well, here's a random piece. Well, it's super thin. Was it 56 inches long? It's the dyslexic 56. It's 65. So I just put that on, and I think that's good. My belly will clear that, and then I can get a little bit more in there. Now, before we take this out to the wood pile and fill up the one side, I got an idea. I have a bunch of plastic sheathing left over from when I did the vapor barrier in here. I'm gonna make a little top, a 2-sided top for this thing. That just keeps the bulk of the rain off and stuff. I mean, it'll introduce other problems later on down the road, but better than nothing. All right, next time I need visqueen, remind me I've got all this up in the mezzanine. I don't need to cut new stuff off of that roll. This stuff multiplies like wet gremlins. Okay, I think an underhand tuck is the way to go. That way, any rain and stuff that comes on down will roll right off. There. You know, I wasn't gonna do anything to hold down these sides to keep it from doing this. I was gonna let tomorrow me have to deal with that if it ever became a problem. But we all know it's gonna become a problem. And then I remembered I had some of these draw latches left over from when I did that project. If I'd have been thinking this far ahead, I would have made sure that this was level, but this is going out in the woods, and I think that's level enough for the woods. So this works great. This holds everything in place just like it's supposed to be. But I could have a crazy squirrel out there someday that figures out how to pop this latch, and then, I don't know, you never know what's gonna happen. So I have this collection of different size cotter pins. Got it on Amazon. It's amazing how often a guy says, I wish I had that size of cotter pin. So I just have this. I'll put a link down in the description in case you want to pick something up like this. But that way I can put a cotter pin in here. Now, crazy squirrels can do whatever they want, and this thing won't come open. Now I can go ahead and fill this thing up. A smart person would wait a few more weeks until all this snow melts. Oh, and one more thing. You notice these are all small chunks. So we have a solo stove for our outdoor fire pit. And this pile is here because as I was bringing the big logs here into the woods, if they were too long to get down the trail to where I keep everything back there, I'd lop off the ends in solo stove lengths of wood. And so that's why this is here, and that's why these are all small pieces of wood. And that's also why I want to keep this separate from the rest of the firewood, because this is, you know, special solo stove size. Well, that worked out pretty well. It took about a half hour or so to load this thing up. And you know, I didn't think I had this much wood. I thought I'd get one side full and the other side would maybe be half full. And so what I was planning on doing was leaving the top flopped open like this so that that side, the visquine's all supported by the firewood. And then this side here, you know, we're still gonna get some snow before spring really gets here. The visquine won't support the snow load, and I didn't want it to rip and tear. So I was just gonna leave it open like that. But shoot, I got both sides full, so I can close it up. And this should be a great interim solution until I build a proper wood shed. But that's down the road. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed the video and want to see what's coming next, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.